Hello my dear students. Today our problem is pentagonal prism of base 30 mm side and axis height is about 70 mm. Resting with its base on HP with a side of base perpendicular to the VP. It is cut by a section plane inclined at an angle of 45 degrees to HP and passes through a point 20 below the top end of the axis. Draw the development of the lateral surface of the prism. So up to now we have discussed about the simple solids, right? How we are going to develop the simple solids without any cutting plane. But here we are going to discuss about with a simple cutting plane. So for example, if you have a pentagonal prism of base 30 mm side and 70 mm axis long, and it is cut by a section plane, right? So automatically how it will look like, the top portion is going to be removed and then the truncated portion need to be what we call it as the developed, right? So here it is the cutted portion. So here it is the true shape of the given what we call it as the sectional view will be here. So that is parallel to that, and then we will get the true shape like this, and then we are going to develop this particular truncated portion by tearing out. So here I am going to tear out the prism at one end, right? So here it is the lateral surface of the truncated prism. So when we are going to connect all of them, automatically we will get the pentagonal shape. Like this, we are going to develop that particular truncated pentagonal prism. So initially, we should start with the vertical line because of the base side is perpendicular to the VP. So that we should start with the perpendicular line. Then here A of 1, B of 2, C of 3, D of 4, E of 5. Then we need to correct the center axis and XY line. So the simple position of the given solid. So we are going to project all of them towards the up. Then here it is the base surface, ABCDE surface, and then vertical height is equal to 70 mm. Right? So then here is the top view, and we are going to project that E5, C3 lines, and then center axis also. Here we will have a base 1 half, 2 dash, and then here E dash of C dash, 5 dash of 3 dash, and then 4 dash, D dash, E dash of C dash, A dash of B dash. So that here the total height is equal to 70 mm, and from here to here it is 30 mm. So here our first step of the problem, right? So this is the first step. So up to now we will get around 3 to 4 marks. So then you will need to provide that it is cut by a section plane, right? So the section plane is inclined to HP at an angle of 45 degrees, so that we will get the cutting plane on VP. So here this is the vertical plane and here it is the horizontal plane. It is making an angle of 45 degrees in the ground. At the same time, from center axis, from here to 20 mm below. 20 mm below. From here to here, the cutting plane is 20 mm. Right? So then here, the 45 degrees inclination line. We are going to draw a 45 degrees inclination line. That could be the section plane. So section plane must be drawn with chain line. So here it is S P SP, right? And it has been cutted at several points, and then we need to mark the intersecting points between the section plane and the vertical line, right? So here 1 dash A dash line we cut at this particular point, that is called it as, say for example, up to 5 we have completed, right? 6 dash, then here 7 dash, then it has been cutted at, so that is C3 D3, so that here we have a eight dash or 9 dash, 10 dash, so that this line, right? 10 dash and then 11 dash, right? So this is the cutting portion of the particular. Now we need to remove this particular top portion, then we need to develop the bottom surface. So initially, whatever it is, we must have to develop complete pentagonal shape. So here, so the total length of this line is equal to periphery of the line. Here it is 5A, 5 into 30, (150). Then after equal to this height, draw a vertical line, and this is the complete development of the given problem. So complete development should be drawn with 2H pencil. Right? Then we need to divide that total into number of equal parts, say 5 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and finally we will have again 1. So here the vertical line should be, so initially we should draw with 2H pencil. At the final stage we have to highlight all of them. So here it is A, B, C, D, E and again A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 surfaces have been developed. So from here to here we are going to project it towards the downwards. So here and here there will be a 2 lines. That is, let us say here it is 8 and here 9 points, right? 8 and 9 points over here, and then exactly here it has been cutted over there. I mean through this particular point, right? Exactly 7 and 10. So the 2 points are C3, that is E5 and C3 lines. And then here finally we will have a 2 equation. Thereafter, so we need to project all the intersecting points in between the section plane and the vertical plane towards the side. Then 7, 10, then finally 8 and 9 is already there. So then mark the 6 and 11 points on A1, B2 lines. So here this is the A1 line. On A1 line we need to mark the 6. Then on B2 line again here it is 0.7. Thereafter here we have a 11. On B2 we will have a 11 point. Then here we have a 7, right? 7 and 10. So 7 and 10 on E5 and C3 lines. So on E5 line there will be a 7, 7 and here there will be a 10 point. Right? Thereafter we need to determine that particular 8 and 9 point from here. So D to 8, measure the distances from the D to 8 and D to 4. So D to 8 must be cut on this particular surface, right? And then D to 9 should be cut exactly over here. So here it is 9 and here it is 8. So here the D point has been completely visible. Right? Now we need to combine all of them with the highlighting lines. So here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? So here it is the finalized development of the truncated portion. Right? So after removing this particular portion, then we will have a truncated portion like this. So this is the lateral surface development of a prism when it is cut by a section plane. Right? So it has been completely removed like this. So here this is the solution for the 5th example. And coming to the 6th example. So here is a hexagonal prism of base 30 mm and 70 mm axis long, resting with its base on HP with a side of base perpendicular to the VP. The prism has a cylindrical hole diameter 40 mm drilled centrally such that the axis of the hole is perpendicular to the VP. Draw the development of the lateral surface of the prism. So here the prism were centrally drilled. If you have a hexagonal prism like this, so if you have a hexagonal prism like this, so exactly at center, that the axis is whole axis is perpendicular to the perpendicular to the VP, not perpendicular to the HP. Here we don't have the hole. So here we have a hole exactly at center, and we are going to see from the front view only. The hole will be visible. When we are going to see from the top view, the hole will not be visible. Right? So that is the thing. The whole axis is parallel to the HP and perpendicular to the VP. So here draw the development of the lateral surface of the prism. Initially, as usual, we must have to draw the hexagonal prism with vertical line. Okay, vertical line. When here it is A dash of, so A of 1, B of 2, C of 3, D of 4, E of 5, F of 6. Then you need to project all the points towards the upwards, and you need to get the center point also. The center axis height is about 70 mm, and here the side of the base is about it is 30 mm, and then height is 70 mm. Right? So here it is the base. There will be two surfaces are going to be visible. That is F6 E5. E5 E4 surfaces will be visible. So here we will have a 6 of 1 F of A. Then here it is E of B, D of C, 4 of 3, 5 of 2. Right? So this is the way how we need to place the hexagonal prism when its base side is perpendicular to the VP. When its base side is perpendicular to the VP. So then the prism has a cylindrical hole exactly at center. Right? So exactly at 3.5, that is 35, right? Exactly at 35, we need to draw a cylindrical hole of 40 mm diameter. With a 40 mm diameter, we need to, because of it's a central hole, so here we don't have any matter. So here this is the solid, and we are going to provide a hole exactly at center. So when we are going to see from the top view, the hole will not be visible. When we are going to see from the front view only, the hole will be visible. So here we need to divide the total circle into number of equal parts. Say A. So up to now we will end up with F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. So all these are dash letters. So here and also we will have a number circle because of it's a cylinder, like a cylinder. So here exactly at central there is a hole through it. Then we need to divide that total circle into number of equal parts. Then mark that particular intersecting points with 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. Sorry, 12, 13 and 14 points. So we need to divide that total circle into 8 equal parts. Right? Then you need to project all of them towards the downwards. 7 dash should be projected towards the downwards. And here, when we are going to see from the top view, the hole will be a dotted line because of it's a hidden hole. Right? So that it will be represented by dotted lines. So here it is the points 7, 14 of 8, then 9 of 13, then 10 of, so here it is 9 of 13, and then 10 of 12, and finally 11. So in a similar way, on bottom side also there will be the numbers, same numbers, 7, 14 of 8, 9 of 13, 10 of 12, and 11. Thereafter you need to project, you need to develop that particular. So till now the projection of the solid has been completed. Now we need to develop the lateral surface of the given problem, right? So then draw the horizontal line which is equal to the periphery of the hexagonal prism. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and again 1, right? Then erect the vertical lines, that these lines should be continuous thin lines until we get the finalized development of the lateral surface. Then project the horizontal lines from the circular hole outsides. Here we are going to develop that particular circular holes. Right? So here this is the A, B, C, D, E, F, and again A. Right? So next we need to mark the intersecting points. So here it is the 7, where it is lies in between the AB line. On AB line there is 7 and 14 and 18 points are there on AB itself. So we need to mark both of them, that is 7, 14, 18. Right, from here to here, which is equal to this length, right? And then take the distance A to 7 and cut it on an arc onto the horizontal line. In a similar way, take the distances from A to 14, cut an arc on that, and then draw a vertical lines from that particular point. Thereafter on B exactly there will be a center line, and then on BC also there are 2 points such as B9 and B10. Take the distance as radius from between B to 9 and B to 10. B to 9 and B to 10. So here there will be a 9, right? Sorry, 9 to 10 and 11 also. So here it is 10, 11 points where we need to develop. So here it is 10, 12, right? 7, 8, 9, 10. So here there will be a 8, and then exactly at center 9, 13. So here there are total points where we need to develop, and then draw the vertical lines from that points. Right? Now we need to mark the intersecting points between those two. Right? So here it is 7 and 7. Intersecting point will be 7, and then 8 intersecting point will be 8, 9 intersecting point will be 9, 10 intersecting point will be 10, 11, 12, 13, and finally 14. In a similar way, with the same distances from D point, because of here you can see from D to E there are 2 lines, and E to F there are 2 lines. So that D to E and then E to F. So here also we will have a reverse format. 7, 14, 8, 9, 13, here 10, 12, and finally 11. Then you need to project all those points towards the downwards. Right? Now we need to mark the points, intersecting points of 7. 7 point. Here it is 7, 8, 8, 9, then here 10, 11, and 11 dash intersecting point, and 12, 12 dash intersecting point will be 12. Here it is 13 and 13 intersecting point, and here it is 14. Now we need to combine all of them. Right? Including 13 also. Right? So then develop the remaining lateral surface. This is the central hole. B2, C3 is completely visible. D4 will be completely visible. Sorry, here there is a D4 line. And then E5 line will be partially visible. And then F6 line will be completely visible. So this is the way how we need to develop a lateral surface. 6A, which is equal to 6 into 30, which is equal to 180 mm. That is the lateral surface of the given problem. Thank you. Right. So here in 7th example, on cylinder, a cylinder of base 50 mm diameter and 70 mm axis long is resting on ground with its axis vertical. Right? The cylinder is resting with its base on HP, so that the axis is perpendicular to the HP. It is cut by a section plane perpendicular to the VP, inclined at 45 degrees to the HP. So it is cut by a section plane perpendicular to the VP and inclined at an angle of 45 degrees to the HP. So the position of this particular cutting plane is, it is passing through the top of a generator and it cuts all the other generators. Draw the development of its lateral surface of the given cylinder. Right? So initially we must have to start with the cylinder of base diameter 50 mm. So then you need to divide that circle into number of equal parts. Let us say 8 equal parts. So here it is A of 1, B of 2, C of 3, D of 4, E of 5, F of 6, G of 7, H of 8. Then here this is the XY line. Then develop the front view by projecting all the points from the top view. So here it is the base surface 1 dash, 8 dash of 2 dash, 7 dash of 3 dash, then here 6 dash of D dash, sorry, that is 4 dash, and then finally 5 dash. Then draw the center axis up to the height of 70 mm. right? So this is the simple position of that particular solid, right? Then mark that points A dash, H dash of B dash, G dash of C dash. So here F dash of D dash. Finally we will have a E dash. Now this is the simple position, and it is cut by a section plane passing through the one of its generator, either here or here, right? And it cuts all the generators. So if passing through these particular top generators, what will happen? If it is passing through this particular point, it may not cut this particular generator. So that in the problem itself they have given that it cuts all the generators, so that either here or here we must have to start. So let us imagine that here I am going to start the cutting section plane, and then from here we need to mark the 45 degrees inclination line, right? So here there will be a 45 degrees inclination line. So automatically to the XY line also it will be a 45 degrees inclination line. We should start with the so here this is the section plane, so which is passing through the top of the generator as well as inclined at an angle of 45 degrees to the ground, and it cuts all the generators. So this is the position of the section plane. Now we need to mark the intersecting points between the generators and the section plane. So here 1, right? Then here 2, 3, 4, 5, again F here, right? 6, exactly at center there will be a 7, 8. Right? So total 8 points where we have derived. Then we need to project all of them towards the development of the surface. So here we are going to take the development of surface. The total length of the line is equal to periphery of the base circle, periphery of the base circle, which is equal to 2 pi r, 2 pi r. So here it is 2 pi into 25, right? So then you need to divide this total line into 8 equal parts. By using dividing a line method, you need to divide the total line into number of equal parts: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 equal parts, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and again 1, and develop the vertical lines. Right? So this is the lateral surface of the cylinder. Lateral surface of the cylinder. Here it is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, again A. Then you need to project the points towards the side. 3, 7, 2, 8, then 1. Here the one point where lies on 1 dash A dash, so that here we will have a 1 and 1 point, and then 2 and 8 is lies on B2 and H8, so that B2 is here and H8 is here. So here the point is 8 2, and then here it is G7 and C3 line. On G7 and C3 line there is 3 and 3 point, and then here we have a 7 point, and then 4, 6 point, and then finally exactly at top portion we have a 5th point. So like that we need to mark all the points. Then with a free hand curve, we need to develop the lateral surface. Right? So this is so on top we must have to draw with 2H pencil. Only the truncated portion should be drawn with HB pencil. Right? So that's all about the development of the lateral surface of the cylinder when it is cut by a section plane perpendicular to the VP, inclined at an angle of 45 degrees to the HP. Right? Here the base diameter is about 50. Height is 70. Right? And coming to the cone problem. So here it is a radial line method. We must have to use a cone of base 50 mm diameter. So initially we should start with the cone of base 50 mm diameter. And we need to divide the total cone into number of equal parts. At center we will have a O point. So here it is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Right? This is the cone front view. And diameter of 50. Then we need to project onto the front view on VP. Right, here it is the point E dash, F dash of D dash, G dash of C dash, H dash of B dash, then finally A dash. This is the base surface, and with a height of 60 mm axis height, O dash, A dash, O dash, B dash and H dash, O dash, G dash and C dash, O dash, F dash and D dash, O dash, E dash. Right, this is the front view of the cone. So up to now, where we completed the simple position of the solid 60 and 50 mm base diameter. So here it is cut by a section plane perpendicular to the VP and inclined at 45 degrees to the HP and bisect the axis. So here this is the total axis exactly at 30 mm, where we have a section plane and then 45 degrees inclined to, so here this is the section plane. So here we have a 45 degrees inclination, right? So here it is the section plane, and then mark the all the points, intersecting points between the section plane and the slant edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points. Right? Mark all of them with the same line, and then here we are going to start with the distances. Right? So exactly which is equal to that particular line. Here we have a O point, then take the radius. So take the parallel line to that particular line, right? So it should be parallel to this line and then equal to that particular length of the line. So which is slant edge length. Slant edge length is equal to root of small r square, then axis height h square, which is equal to 25 square plus 60 square. We will get the 65. So here this the length of this particular line is 65, and it should be parallel to this line. Please make sure that this should be parallel to that particular line, or else we will draw separately. Right? Take any one point on it and then take the radius, which is equal to slant edge length, that is 65. Take the radius of O dash E dash and then O as center. Draw an arc and then that this length should be equal to the slant edge length, which is equal to 65. We can calculate it, or directly we can take the distance from O dash to E dash and then measure the angle theta. We need to calculate the angle theta is equal to r square, r divided by slant edge length, right, into 360 degrees. Here the slant edge length is equal to 65, then here r be the 25. So 25 divided by 65 into 360, then you will get the 138 degrees angle. Theta is equal to 138 degrees. So from here we need to mark that 130 degrees angle line. So from here (138). So here we will have a point on it. Here this is the 138 degrees angle. Then take the radius of O dash to E dash. It should be equal to this. Right, and then 138 degrees. Thereafter you need to divide these 138 degrees angle into 8 equal parts. Right? 138 divided by 8 equal parts. So whatever the angle that you gave over here, then mark that particular angle. So approximately it may be 11, right? So I am marking that particular point 11 and then draw a line. Right? Initially we will get the first point, that is A, B we will get. Then take that particular AB distance as radius, B as center, cut an arc. Right? Here B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and finally again we have the particular point A. Right? So now we need to combine all of them. Right? H and again A point. Like this we need to divide the 138 degrees angle into 8 equal parts. Next, so here we need to draw the truncated shape, so that take the distances from here to here, right? 1 to 5. So first initially we will take from here to here, O dash to, so exactly at this place it has been cut. So O dash to 1 as radius, O dash to 1 as radius, O as center, cut an arc on the OA line. Then here we will have a 1 point. Then take O dash 2 as radius, that is 2 and 8. So on 8 and 2 we will get the points. So here it is 8 point and then here it is 2 point. And then take the radius O to 3 as radius, O dash as center, OC, OG because of 3 and 7. So here we will have a point number 7 and here we will have a 3 on OC line. Then take the distance from O to 4, O to 6. So here O to 4 and O to 6. So here we have a 6th point and here it is O to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and then finally we need to measure the 5th point, O to 5, O to 5 as radius, cut an arc onto the OE line, OE line. Then we will get the 5th point. Then you need to combine all the points with a freehand curve. Then this could be the truncated cone development, right? Remaining solid could be the dehighlighted, just dehighlighted. So this is the development of the lateral surface of the truncated cone. Thank you. Yeah, here we will discuss about 2 more problems on development of lateral surfaces. One is a square prism, both are square prism. Only the difference is when the square pyramid base edges are equally inclined to the VP, and then base edges are parallel to the VP. So these two conditions are similar, only the thing is difference is the base edge position, right? Base edge position may be changed with respect to the VP and HP. So here on the first problem, a square pyramid of base 40 mm side and then 60 mm axis long is resting on its base on HP such that side of base is parallel to the VP. So side of the base is parallel to the VP. It is cut by a section plane perpendicular to the VP and inclined at 45 degrees to the HP, bisecting the axis, right? So it is cut by a section plane 45 degrees to HP and perpendicular to the VP, bisecting the axis. Then develop the lateral surface of the given pyramid. So here only the thing is such that the sides of the base is parallel to the VP, but here such that base sides are equally inclined to the VP. So there is a major difference between these two. We will start with the top view and front view, simple projection of the problem. So first, initially we should start with the parallel line. So here this is the square pyramid initial position, right? So we must have to darken the center point O. Here it is A, B, C, then D. Right? So here it is center point O. So here the base side is square of 40 mm. Then we need to project the front view. Here it is the base surface. Here A dash of B dash. Then here it is D dash of C dash. Then project the axis height is about 60 mm. And here it is O dash, right? So this is the simple position of the problem. Then it is cut by a section plane bisecting the axis. So here total height is 60, mark 30 mm exactly, and then here to here it is 30 mm. Then exactly 45 degrees inclination. Here there will be a 45 degrees inclination section plane. Right? Now we are going to mark the points, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2 on 1 is on OA line, OB line on 2, OB line, OC line there will be a 3 point, OD line there will be a 4th point. Right? When we will project these towards the downwards, so automatically we will get 1, 2, 3 and 4. So here this is the sectional top view of the given problem. Sometimes they may ask the sectional top view also. Within this problem, sectional top view also will be asked. So here this is the sectional top view. Right? So then we need to develop the lateral surface. As of now we know that. So initially we should mark the point. So from here to here. So we need to measure the slant edge length, O dash D dash. This O dash D dash is not exact slant length because of, here you can observe that this line, OD line and OC line is inclined to VP. So if the line is inclined to VP, then we don't get the true length of this, true length in a front view. So here we need to rotate this line until it touches to the horizontal line. Right? Then you need to project that particular point towards the top. So this is the actual true length of the slant edge. True length of the slant edge. So this is the way we need to find how to, we need to find that true length. Actually this is not the true length. Right? So by using that particular true length, let us say point P, O dash P dash point, take the radius of O dash P dash, take the radius of O dash P dash, not O dash D dash, please be remembered, and then draw a curve. Here this is the O dash A, right? Then take the distance from here to here, that is equal to the base side, and cut an arc onto this 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So we will do with a simple 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here it is A, B, C, D, again A. So we should combine all of them. Sorry, with thin lines, not thick lines. With the thin lines, because of the top surface should be removed. So with the thin lines, we should draw all the points. Then take the distances from here to here. O dash to 2 dash, 1, 2, then O to 3, again 1. So here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, again 1. Now we need to combine with the straight edges. So that these base edges should be straight, not circular. Right? So then this could be the developed lateral surface of the given problem. Right? And coming to the next problem, here the square is equally inclined to square of base So here it is square pyramid equally inclined. So here 45 degrees and here 45 degrees. All the sides are equally inclined to the XY line, that is vertical plane. Right, here it is horizontal plane. Right, then we need to project all the points towards the upwards, and the axis height is about 60 mm. Right, so here we can observe that O, A, B, C and D. So here it is B dash of D dash, then here it is C dash, A dash, O dash. Axis height is about how much it is? 60 mm, and then base side is square of 40. Right, square of 40. Then we need to develop this particular surface. So here OC will be the true slant edge. So here separately where we identified, but here we need not to identify because of it's parallel to the VP. The line is parallel to the VP. OC line is parallel to the VP. So that directly we can take the distance and then draw an arc, right, and then divide that into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, B, C, D and again A. Now combine all of them. So this is the simple development. But what we require, it is cut by a section plane perpendicular to the VP, bisecting the axis at an angle of 60 degrees to the ground. So here it is. Like this we will have a section plane. It is about 60 degrees to the ground, where it was cut exactly at 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here it is. OD line. B dash, D dash. So that we will get the 2 dash, 4 dash lines. And take the diameter O dash, 1 dash as radius. Cut an arc over here. So here it is 1. Then take these radius 2 and 4. Then take 3 radius. We will get over here 3 and again 1. So mark that particular point with the it's not a freehand curve, it's a straight line. Right? So that's all about the problem. So here the major difference is, here we can directly take that particular slant edge length, but here we need to project separately. Right? So, thank you.